Welcome to the Black Men Think podcast. If this is your first time here, know that the views and opinions expressed by the Black Men Think podcast are those of the Black Men Think podcast and not the individual members. With that being said, we're about to be unapologetically, undeniably black. Enjoy.
Then they start,
Yeah, I know. Like I was saying before we started recording, though, like Thursday nights be my little my time to myself. So I went to the Hawks game tonight. Shout out to my cousin, he had tickets. So I ended up going to the game. I left the game. I stopped by the convenience store and got me some ice cream. But you know how it is, but you go get the ice cream for the corner store. They be want to charge you for a whole half a gallon for a little pint.
man. That's that convenience, man. That convenience charge.
That convenience will definitely do it, but I end up, it was like $3 and something. Then I asked him, I was like, man, don't give me a scratch off. Boy, I won $4. Ice cream was free.
You can go back and buy 4 more scratch offs.
No, that mine there. I ain't doing it.
What do you even, speaking of scratch off, what do you cash them in at?
I think you just go to the store.
Okay.
Yeah, I think once it get over a certain amount, that's when you have to go somewhere else to cash it in. But I don't know the amount. It's probably on the back of the ticket. But once you get to a certain amount, you have to go in and cash it in to lottery place or whatever. But under that amount, you can go to the store and they'll pay it out because they just gonna cash it later. Yeah.
Tell them to cash you out.
Yeah, cash me out, man. Give me my phone. They always
and put it on pump 3.
they ain't gonna get that now, boy.
Hey, get you about a gallon.
But you might as well just put that in a gas can and bring that to the house for emergency or fill up the lawnmower. That's all you can do with that. They ain't gonna do nothing. But look, hey, I just got one question. How do you feel about a lady paying for the first date?
Oh, that's lovely there. Man, but for real, like, okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Did she suggest the date? Did she say, hey, let's do such and such, or do you want to go here, go there? Because that's how I feel about it. Like if the woman is asking or suggesting something, then I feel like she probably should pay for it.
Okay. Interesting. Now this is gonna cause
I mean, like if you're suggesting it, it's just like, hey, if I ask someone, hey, you want to go to such and such, I don't expect them to like, it was my suggestion, but I know it doesn't work like that all the time.
Well,
but I think as a courtesy, it should be if I suggest it, then then I should be the one paying for it. It was my idea, so let me do it. But if you feel in your heart you want to pay for it, you go ahead and pay for it.
I mean, I feel you. I don't know if it works that way.
It doesn't.
It doesn't work that way. Yeah, because I mean, first off, I want to say I'm from that belief that anybody can pay for the date. Honestly, bro, like I think we at a point in time now where it's not that big of a deal. I do think that the first date should be something reasonable, though.
Mm-hmm. You mean like when you saying the first date, just somebody you met and y'all going out or whatever? You're not in a relationship with somebody, right?
No, we're not in a
Oh yeah. You got to be strategic. I've learned from experience on that. Yeah.
I definitely think you got to be strategic, and I mean, me personally, I think the first date should be something that is outside the norm, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not super expensive, bro. Because I look at it, even if you want to look at it like a business transaction, do I want to spend all of this money on somebody and I don't know where, and it may not go good. Like
Right.
just being realistic, like and of course this. I truly feel that you can adapt this according to your budget and according to your pay rate, right? Like if you're somebody making $1 million a year, then going out on a $300 date really ain't that big of a deal to you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if you somebody making $30,000 to $50,000, you might want to keep that date under 50. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because you don't want to set the expectations too high. I
Yeah.
mean, that's the thing. Like, just be real with yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's just, yeah, don't try to go all out because, as you say, I mean, it may not go anywhere. Then you might feel like, man, that was kind of a waste.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, you just definitely try to do something out of the norm. Try to stay if you get something to eat, that's pretty common because I mean, at the end of the day, people like to eat, but try not to go to a chain restaurant.
Okay. Okay.
Try not to go somewhere where it's a loud atmosphere because if it's your first date, you're trying to get to know that person and y'all seeing each other face to face or wherever, however you seeing by each other. You don't want the atmosphere to be too loud where you can't really hear. I wouldn't let's say for example, well, I was trying to think about maybe a sporting event. I don't think that may not might be the first, especially if you're trying to really watch the game.
Yeah, and it's gonna
I
be
don't th-
hard to talk to at a sporting event for real, for real.
right, right. Yeah, that might not be the good idea for a first date. Um,
Unless y'all are both fans of the same team, and that's
right. Oh yeah, yeah, that's different.
yeah,
Yeah, because that's different. Because you kind of know how to carry the conversation and watch because you trying to watch whatever event you're attending. But yeah. But yeah, I mean, just um, I mean, it is good. Sometimes it's like a woman would want to be surprised, but it wouldn't hurt too to try to get some kind of ideas because you don't want to. She has a seafood allergy. You don't want to take her to a seafood restaurant or somewhere with
yeah.
seafood. So
That'll
you
be a
don't have to get,
first date.
yeah, at least find out what is off the board, so you'll know. Okay, let's not do that. Um, but yeah, definitely stuff off the norm. I mean, especially if you're in Atlanta, man, there's so many places. But they're also thinking about location. That's also going to depend on where you're located because some cities might not have as many options. So
Yeah, yeah.
um, it really depends on where you're located too. But I'm sure you can be creative with
I like
something.
I like the idea of being creative, right? Like and when I say doing something outside the norm, I think of it's crazy now because I can only think of the last first date that I've been on was with my wife to now, and our first date was we went to brunch, right?
Hmm.
And at the time, brunch was not what brunch is now, right? Like we talking
Yeah,
about, I started dating my wife in 2009. So back then, brunch wasn't a thing, so to speak. It wasn't like, oh man, everybody going to brunch.
yeah,
No, it wasn't then in '09. So for me, going to brunch was considered outside the norm. So it wasn't like
hmm,
and truth be told, bro, like the older that I get, I think an appropriate date should be something in the daytime, like first date,
yeah,
like something in the
hmm,
daytime. And the only reason why I say that is just for me is a level of making sure everybody feel comfortable, right? Like this is the first time you're
yeah,
out with somebody. Maybe going out at night might not be the best idea. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
Just for a level of being everyone being comfortable. But we went out on a brunch date, and then after that, we went to a movie, and then we walked around Atlanta Station, right? And so
hmm,
it wasn't a. I mean, there was a mix. In my eyes, it was a mix, right? So there was like brunch. Yeah, we went and got food, but we didn't go out for dinner. It was brunch. It was something new. We went to a movie, which is something that people probably do on a regular basis. But then we had an opportunity to kind of walk and talk and get to know each other a little bit more. Um, but now I don't know what that looks like. But I mean, I think you can do some different things, right? Like
yeah.
to the park or um,
The
pottery,
belt line,
the
belt
belt
line is nice. Yeah,
line. That'll be dope too. So just a matter of being experimental, but also being cliche. And bro, like I just believe that you can literally go on a date and have a good time and don't spend any money. And people may think that sounds crazy, but it can be done. It's just a matter
it
of like
does.
creative. You know what I'm saying?
So where? Yeah, I'm curious on how. Where you?
Boom. You want me to give you the game?
Yeah, because I'm curious too. Because I'm like,
Cool. So, I mean, now this requires you to do some pre-planning of your own, right? So,
uh-huh.
while you might not have to spend no money out, you still have to do some things like at the house. So, if you, I mean, you got to kind of be like,
We're not talking about a first date, right? Because they probably not gonna come.
no, this is first date. I'm saying that you have to do some preliminary stuff at your
Uh,
crib. So, what I'm saying is, if y'all want to include food, then you cook for her, right?
but that still require money, man.
Yeah, but also you gonna eat, right? You're gonna eat regardless, right? Like
Right.
so when you went to the store to buy your chicken and your pasta or whatever you bought, you already that's already at the crib. So that's a sunk cost. You're not,
But I'm not cooking like if it's you cooking, you want to cook something that ain't really.
bro. See that you want? Do you want the game? Or,
I thought you said no money.
but that's what I'm saying is that's just the meal part of it. You don't have to things
Uh,
don't have to be a meal. I think we just programmed to the point that we feel that a date has to be out to eat. You don't.
Cause you like to eat, man. It's like you gonna get hungry, man. Like,
But
gotta eat something.
what I'm saying is it don't necessarily have to be that way. Like a date
Mm,
could be going to the High Museum, right?
mm,
And especially, I mean, this and you cater it toward the person. Like if you dating somebody that's into art, a museum would be a super dope date, right? Like you can go
mm,
to the museum. You can actually go for free certain days of the week. They have it where you can go to the museum. At least here in Atlanta, at the High Museum, you can go for free. I think Bank of America customers can actually go for free. Fulton County can go for free on certain days, but you just got to look up the information and know which day to go.
mm.
And so that's a free date right there. The High Museum is a dope date that you can go to. You spend absolutely no money. You got experiences. You might have to pay the park. So that is, you might have to pay the park.
Mm-hmm.
But there's ways around that. You know what I'm saying? But you can park on the street and whatever. But I didn't think about that. Parking you do have to pay for. So that's $10, whatever.
So
But
what about let's talk about the first date. You were saying doing it at your house. If it's the first date, you're not gonna like if it's our first date, I don't think either person is comfortable with coming to somebody's house.
no, I'm not okay. So I didn't finish that. I'm
Or
not.
just a date in general.
No, I'm saying even it could be first date. I'm not saying that you have to bring her to your house. I'm talking about if you have food, you can cook for her and bring it to her.
Hmm.
So like you're going
Hmm.
somewhere. We know where the High Museum is, right? Like Atlanta is
Yeah.
one of those cities that, depending on where you are, you can have a nice walk. Like Peachtree,
Hmm.
Peachtree is nice, especially where the High Museum is. So you can walk Peachtree and have conversations and just walk around those areas there up to the High Museum and eat, sit down. There's a little park there in the area right there. You can go and house watch. It's just all different things. Like you can walk in that neighborhood. It's more. I think it's Morningside, whatever that where the park is. You know what I'm talking about? Like behind Colony.
Across from Piedmont.
So you know where the High Museum is,
Yeah.
right? So when you across the street from the High Museum, that's a neighborhood like Colony Square and all of that back there. So,
Okay. Yeah.
but there's a park right there. You can, it's just a regular park. You can chill at the park, walk around the park, and walk up to the High Museum if you wanted to. You can look at the houses in the neighborhood. That those are nice houses. All kind of things that can spark conversation and just talk about something different than the stuff that you're gonna do anyway if you go and sit down at dinner and have like the same old
Hmm.
conversation. So I'm just saying, trying to expand the mindset and think of different things to do to not necessarily. I like all I'm saying, bro. Don't pull up the STK on the first date. That's what I'm really trying to get to. Like,
Nah, don't do that.
like, you dropping it, you dropping the two, and you don't even know who this person is, bro. And mind you, this is I want to preface this by saying this is intentional dating. This ain't just like dating to be dating. Because if that's where you are, then bro, do what you want to do. But I'm talking about dating for the next step. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Dating for marriage or dating for a serious relationship. If you just dating just to like smash, then bro, by all means, whatever you trying to do to impress, to get attention, then if that's what you want to do, that's what if you're in that stage, then that's where you're at. But I'm talking
Yeah.
specifically on dating with intention. Is intention to marry or intention to yeah, intention to marry. That's what I'm talking about. So
Yeah. Just I mean, it's like you said, you got to plan. definitely a plan, but just try to do something that's, hopefully it's something that's, you know, maybe especially if it's a place she's never been to, that would be always good.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a shared experience that you can have. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's always creates good memories.
Because it's just like the book I told you about, the Atlanta Dining Out Pass book. Like it's so
Yeah.
many restaurants in there, but yeah, not on the first date though.
Not on
That that's so that's a question that I've been asking. I hear people talking about like, how do you feel about someone using coupons or gift cards or whatever on a date? I mean, I don't think anything wrong with it.
the.
I just wouldn't do it on the first date. I don't. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't do it on the first date.
Let me ask you this then, Court. What if the person like because I'm assuming that y'all have had conversations before y'all go out on the first date, right? Like so
Hmm.
what if that person that you're talking to have expressed like, yo, I'm super frugal. I like saving more than I like spending. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're that
Hmm.
type of person, then would a coupon be out of the question on the first date then?
Not necessarily, but more than likely, yeah, not necessarily. I mean, that would make things a little more comfortable if that person just make it clear and I mean, ain't nothing wrong with it. But if you never had those type of conversations up front, then
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't just pull it out because you just don't know what type of person you're dealing with. Hopefully, they don't care. I mean, they're not paying for it anyway. Because shoot, you take me on a day, I don't care what you pay. I mean, you treating me, I'm cool. So, um, but so I mean, it wouldn't be a problem. It's just like if, like for example, like the Atlanta Dining Out Pass book,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't use it. Which if what people don't know, the Atlanta Dining Out Pass book, you can buy them off Groupon or maybe they have a website. So basically, it's a lot of restaurants in Atlanta and Metro Atlanta. You get most of them are buy one entree, get one entree free, or you maybe buy something, get something free. Basically, you get a discount off your meal, and you're gonna make your money back off the book because you have a whole year to use it. So if I'm gonna use it on a date, I would kind of like tell that person beforehand, like, hey, I got this Atlanta Dining Out Pass book. More than likely, they're not gonna know what it is. But if they know what it is, cool. You don't have to do so much explaining. But say, I got this Dining Out Pass book. It give you discounts to a lot of restaurants, and most of the restaurants, it might be very few chains in there, if there are any chain restaurants at all. But most of them are like restaurants most people haven't been to, so it give you a chance to experience different restaurants, and at the same time you get a discount off of it. So it's like, hey, I got this dining out pass book. I think we should go out grab something to eat at multiple restaurants. I can tell you a few, and if you think it's one that you want, not on the first date now, but if this second or third date down the road, kind of sell it to them. And I mean, I don't see any woman that would be like, oh, I don't want to do that, this, that, the other. It's you spending time with that person,
Right.
they not paying for it, giving them a new experience, and it's like, shoot, hey, I like that. Let's check out another restaurant. So I mean, it's I think it's a win-win situation.
So
Um,
let me ask you this because you bring up a good point. Why do you feel that it's improper to use a coupon on the first date?
it just comes off as, to me, if it's for a guy, if for me, I don't care. I mean, more than likely, yeah. I mean, I don't care. I'm not gonna say that. I don't care. So I mean, for me, it's like it just comes off as, I don't know. It's not cool for me. Not on the not on the first date. Like I don't want to just pull out my gift card, and and it's like, yeah. I don't think I have a specific. Well, yeah, I do have a specific reason. It just comes off as, I don't want to say, maybe they think you're cheap or something, or maybe they feel,
So,
it's just all kind of stuff
so
that goes through
it's
my
more
mind.
so it's more so perception. Your word.
Right? Yeah. I think so. Yeah, yeah. I
So
think it's the perception.
so the thing is because and we both agreed that you personally don't care if someone used a coupon on you, but you
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
coupon on them because of the perception that it's going to be like that you're cheap or what.
Right. It especially if we haven't really talked about those kind of things. Because I mean, I know how I am, and that cheap ain't the word. How I am. It's just that if there's a way to save $1, then I'll save $1.
Yeah.
And some people don't think it's that serious, but I'm like, if you can, then you can. I mean, it is what it is. But so yeah, if we're on the first date and you pay for it, which I don't think I ever been on the first date before and somebody else paid for it.
Yeah, I don't think I've been.
Nah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think that ever happened.
Not on
But
the
if you
first.
pull, right, because if you pull it out, I'm gonna be like, shoot, I'm straight then. Like we good. Hey, we good to go
That might be the
for real.
one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's gonna take a little more than that, but yeah, no. See, I would be cool with it. I would be fine with it. But once we talk about it, oh, believe you, that second date, oh, I'm already trying to position myself to use the Atlanta Dining Out Passbook or something if I can. If it's a place where we're going where you know that it can be used.
So here's the thing, right? And I'm only giving pushback just because, like, for the sake of for the conversation. But like, if you are open to that being on the second day, being like, yo, this is who I am. It's almost like we still have to put up that representative on the first day, and everybody do it. Like,
Hmm.
be as genuine as you want to be, but there's still going to be a representative for the most part on that first encounter, right?
Hmm.
It's not until down the line when everybody's starting to strip away the layers that you really start to get to know somebody. But that first date or two is going to be like slowly trying to, peel off the layers or whatnot. But if you know that you're going to be the person that loves to use the coupons on dates, why not?
No. Come on, let's keep it straight. Not coupons on date because most restaurants you're not gonna be able to find a coupon. But the Atlanta, they say the dining out passbook, those are nice restaurants that you would go on dates. So I
But
wouldn't be able to find.
but
Huh?
is that a coupon though? At the end of the day, it's a coupon, right? It's a
Right. But yeah. It's kind of. Let me see. How can I say this? It's a little bit more sophisticated
man, get out of here. It's a
because it's a nice
get
booklet.
one free.
The picture, huh? No, I'm just saying it's not like most of the time when you think about coupons, it's something you cut out. You just like a coupon, you taking it to the grocery store or something, bro. No, it's a whole nother level, man. It's sophisticated, bro.
Bro,
It's a booklet, dog. Look, listen, the booklet is it's a glossy front and back, bro. You can't tell, bro.
the
No,
book.
I'm just
It's
all
cool.
right. I'm just yeah.
But
I'm saying I'm a vet in the game. I don't know how many years in a row I've been getting booked, but what I'm saying is it's a little bit more sophisticated. Like when I think about coupons, I'm thinking about like how they send Captain D's coupons in the mail, and we don't cut them, we tear them off. They all jacked up on the edges. It's just basically, man. This is how it is. I'm trying to get straight to the point.
get it together.
The first date, I'm not gonna use the passbook.
Okay.
The first day, I'm not gonna use the passbook. But on that second date, especially if it appears that I'm paying for it again, because usually a guy you're gonna pay for it, that's something else we can talk about.
Yeah, we
But
yeah, that's
usually I'm gonna be paying for it again. So I have to position myself because I know I have a nice little glossy front and back finish booklet that I can use at some nice restaurant. I need to go ahead and position myself to let her know, hey, I have this dining out passbook. It's a lot of different restaurants in there. It's something I get every year. Maybe we can let you choose something. I can let you check the book out and you choose, hey, a restaurant that you might want to try. Right. It's all about, man, at the end of the day, man. And these are my thoughts
go ahead.
for a woman. For a guy willing to spend time with the woman,
Hmm.
spend his money with the woman, they don't really care. For most women, I don't think they don't care about you using if you're using a gift card or discount, but whatever you want to use. I mean, because at the end of the day, you have great conversation and the food is good, man. They don't care about that, and then they didn't pay for it either.
So let me add this little wrinkle in here too, right? So what if you get a gift card,
Mm-hmm.
like an Amex or a Visa or Mastercard gift
All
card,
right,
whatever? It was a gift card somebody gave to you. It was a gift.
all right. Mm-hmm.
and you use that to buy dinner. What's the difference?
Not the first date. I'm probably not going to use any of those. Well,
Why not?
I'm trying to
If
think.
your job gave you a
If it's a
let's keep it as clear.
well, I take that back because if it's like one of those gift cards, you can't. She's not gonna really tell what it is anyway because you just putting the card in the booklet or whatever.
So my
So
thing,
that's different.
what I'm trying to get to is why does it matter? Is really what I'm trying to.
That's just me. I mean, I don't know why other people do it. That's just me. I'm not gonna use it the first time around. Like it's cool. It's whatever. Like I'm gonna just pay for it.
Mhm.
But believe you me, the second time around, I'm gonna go ahead and let her know about my down and out passbook before we even go. So when I pull it out, she won't be like, "What is that pulling out on me?" No, you already gonna know what's up.
So
Unless it could be the only time that I will use it on a first date if it's something that we've already talked about.
okay,
Because if we already talked about, because a lot of times you probably not even gonna talk about stuff like that. You trying to get to know the person, and you may talk a couple times or whatever, and then you go out, or you might meet the person one time, and y'all might maybe have a conversation or not. Then before anything, you going out. So I wouldn't use it unless it's a situation where we had a couple conversations. We talk about what we like, what we don't like, whatever you talk about when you're trying to get to know somebody. Then
right.
that might be different. The thing is, I'm gonna give you the heads up on what I'm doing before we even go. So it's not a surprise when I pull it out. Um,
I guess
you know,
I guess for me, and like I said, I definitely don't disagree with what you're saying, but for me, I feel like maybe these are the conversations that we should have before we go out on a date, right? So it's like
mhm,
if we're having conversations like the type of person that you are, the type of person that I am, and saying like, I'm the type of person where I like on some. I'm talking about we talking at this point. We're not even going out on dates yet. We're talking like I'm the type of person where like, man, I'm not even into spending crazy amount of money on like for a meal. Like, I'm cool with
mhm,
that for special occasions, but just on the regular, like I'm that's just not me. Instead of because it's that sending that representative, right? Because if you're the type of person that's not gonna spend $200 on the dinner, why even why not put that on the table? You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
Kind of like I don't if I'm telling you up front that I'm not that type of guy, then you're already setting the expectations, right? So like before we even get a chance to go out, because we've had conversations that I'm someone who doesn't traditionally spend X amount of dollars on a dinner, or I'm the type of person that I like experiencing different types of restaurants. I use these different pass books because it gives me discounts so I can try all of these different restaurants. Because I feel like if we start having these conversations early on, then we weed out the preliminary BS of like, oh, let's just try this, let's go here, when neither party may not even like that. Like, you might find out that the person that you're dating is somebody that like to cook, right? And so if you find out that somebody that like to cook and like she's not a go out to dinner type person, you find out early on that like, sure, I'd rather us go on a date to the grocery store and then we can go back and cook together. Like I'm using these extremes, but
mhm,
I think if we start having those type of conversations early on before we go and jump into the dating part of it, then I think we get a better grip of what's going on because I know you like I've been knowing you for years. I don't even do the math. What 98? So 98 to now somebody do the math and put it in the comments or whatever. But I know the type of person that you are, and I know that if someone was to say that, man, I like using coupons or passbook or whatever, I'm just or gift cards or whatever, I know that that's right down your alley.
mhm.
That's gonna be also like, yo, that's my move. I like using my passbook and all of that. And you get to that point now, it's on some, you have a, and I'm not saying like matchmaker, but you have something in common with somebody, and you kind of know what level that y'all are on at a
Mhm.
certain point in time. You know what I'm saying? I just really think that we have to start having these conversations early before we go out on the date, as opposed to going out on the date that one of the person don't really want to be on, like, scenario wise, like the dating part, cool, but you ain't trying to go to a place where we about to spend 250, because if she, like, hypothetically, if she was like, oh yeah, like we should go out, and it say she likes seafood, and then she's like, oh, I want to go to, I don't know, what's a fancy seafood spot, I don't know, like Ocean Air.
Ocean Air. Yeah.
Ocean Air. Like, what do you do at that's a scenario for you, because I just want to know, because, like, I've been out of that world for a while. So, like, you meet a girl and she was like, yeah, I really like seafood, like we should go to Ocean Air. Like, what do you say to that? What's your answer to
You
that?
mean like that's our first time going out?
Y'all having a conversation, and she says, oh, I like seafood, we should go to Ocean
Mm.
Air. And, like, y'all haven't been
Mm.
out on a date yet. Like, what's your conversation? What happens after that?
Oh yeah, you probably ain't going to Ocean Air on your first date.
That's what you.
Um, yeah. I mean, I don't probably wouldn't say it like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you probably not going to Ocean Air on your first date. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm just not that guy. I mean, you can not saying I won't ever take you to Ocean Air,
Right.
but yeah. Because I mean, I actually never been to Ocean Air. Now that I think about it, but I've looked at their menu before,
Hmm.
and I don't think it's like that. I mean, super expensive or whatever. But yeah, just for a first date. First of all, where you messed up at is
Let me hear this.
I think I don't know if you should really suggest if you can say you like seafood, but let me be the one to pick the restaurant
Okay.
because I think that's kind of rude. Because how do you know I can afford Ocean Air?
Mm.
Like I might can afford I don't know what's some other restaurant. Juicy crab, I guess. I don't even know how much juicy crab costs.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So I don't think that, and I don't think I've ever had like say let's go on the first date. Most of the time, I mean, anyway, a woman gonna want you to ask her out, really.
Yeah, yeah.
If it's first date. So I mean, and another thing, what I've been told, I mean, women like for or most or at least some, I can't say
Just
all.
say, just
They
say
like for you to
the women that you've encountered. That's the clean version.
all right, cool. Yeah. Women that I've encountered. Yeah. I mean, they like for you to, go ahead and have stuff planned out because at least you put some thought into it. Like, don't wait for them to say it because a lot of times you ask you what you want to eat. Now I don't know anyway. So, but yeah, it's I don't yeah, I don't haven't had one where it's like, yeah, I want to go. It's our first date. Like after, if it's like couple of dates in, they may have a suggestion, but the first date, I don't, I never really encountered one where it's like, hey, I like this type of food, let's go here. And because if it's a restaurant that I don't think that I'm going to spend that type of money on you at this point, then that's going to be kind of a problem for me.
I got you.
Um,
So
yeah.
we said earlier in the conversation, a woman paying for the date. So my question
Mhm.
is, how many dates do you think it takes, or how many dates should it be before a woman offers to pay?
Good question. So I feel like, so it just depends. So all right. So you just met somebody, y'all went out. I would say it would be nice if you're gonna pay for the first one. You're probably gonna pay for the second one. Most no, something. I can't say that. Because the women that I encounter, fortunately, they've been willing to I really haven't let me think. No, I can't really say I've been fortunate because they've been, willing to, treat. I guess that's what you want to say. They've been willing to front the bill, so that hasn't been a problem. But I hear the stories all the time.
Mm.
But I would think that probably about I would say about that third date. I think date number three
Date number
should
three.
be. Yeah, I think date number three she should be wanting to say, "Hey, let me pay for it." If you, as the guy, decide to say, "Hey, I got it," that's on you.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
as a guy, I mean, we like to be treated too. Like for real, like we like to be treated, and we like to see that a woman has her own, and she not just depending on the guy that's pay. I'm paying. I'm giving. I'm paying. No, we like to be treated too. But there are some guys that I've heard guys they don't ever want to see their woman going into their wallet to pay for anything. There are some guys out there like that. I'm not that guy, so that's cool, and I'm fine with that. But yeah, we like to be treated too, just like Valentine's Day. If Valentine's Day is just not for a woman, I don't know who made that up. First of all, I think Valentine's Day is whatever.
Now, you think
Yeah.
what? Finish the statement.
I just think it's just a day. I mean,
Yeah,
these companies make so much money off of Valentine's Day. It's crazy.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
It just, I mean, I feel like if you're doing stuff like that, and most people, a lot of people gonna say, oh, a lot of guys don't be doing stuff like that throughout the year, which could be true. But if you're doing stuff like that throughout the year, I mean, and there's nothing wrong because it's a date that oh, whatever. Um, it's nothing wrong with doing something, but I mean, like, it just, I don't know. I just wish it wasn't a day just set aside just for that. Just people just try to do stuff like that throughout the year, because if you're doing stuff like that throughout the year already, then that one day not gonna be that big of a deal, because it's like, okay, my significant other already does these things for me. So it's not that, it's not all this one particular day you're making this big deal about you the love of my life or whatever.
Yeah,
But back to what I was saying about it not it's just not being for women. No, it's definitely for men too. So,
yeah,
get him if that's something that y'all do, and it also depends on the person you with, because I've been with women that, it ain't that big of a deal to them. Like, it's like it's cool or whatever, but we don't have to make this big deal about it's being Valentine's Day. And some women they like, it's a big deal to them. So you just really it's all depending on who you're working with. But do get that man something though.
I'm you funny. I mean, I'm not a fan of Valentine's Day. I understand it. I'm thankful that my wife is not like oh, I gotta have this for Valentine's Day. Like, she's never been on that. We have in the past got each other something for Valentine's Day, but most of the time it's like now I might give her some chocolates just because,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. Like, and it's not even, but it's not a thing for us, right?
Yeah.
We do things for each other all the time, and not saying that I do stuff all throughout the year, because I don't, but we just know that for her, the day that matters to her is her birthday. Like, I can't,
Hmm.
like, birthday is her birthday, and our anniversaries is like 2 days apart. So it's a big thing in the Goodwin household around her birthday and our anniversary. So, like, those
Hmm.
are dates that I can't slip up and just be like, oh, here's a card. Like, no, it don't go like that.
Yeah.
But she don't care really about the rest of the year, right? Like, we might do something for Christmas every now and then, but honestly, bro, like, the rest of the year, she don't care about it. But her birthday, you better go all out. And so when she presented that, it was like, all right, cool. If that's what you want, then now I know that, birthdays and anniversaries, we got to make sure that everything is put in place and is correct. But I mean, I think that's a great trade off, and not having to worry about Valentine's Day, and
Oh yeah.
like maybe doing something on Christmas like that. To me, that's perfect, because I'm like, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it really depends on, the type of person you with, because it's some guys like that. Some guys they're big on their birthdays, or they might be big on Valentine's Day. And it's like I said, this is nothing wrong with that. It just you gotta know the type of person that you're dealing with. And if that's something that they hold dear to their heart, then hey, you gotta play the part.
got to play the part. Definitely got to play the part. So look, this is a great conversation. I kind of want to go into our Patreon and continue some of the things that we're talking about. But before we go there, we had a ask a black man, which was actually, it's a pretty interesting question. Um, what three websites do you visit every day?
What three websites do I visit every day? ESPN,
Mm-hmm.
My Mastercard website. Even though I probably can have an app, I don't have an app. That's because I put a lot of stuff on there, and I want to make sure I don't have any fraudulent charges. So ESPN, my Mastercard website, and what other website that I usually go to? There's so many apps that you don't have to go to the website. So I'm trying to think.
Well, I mean, you can this can be interchanged with app too if you want to.
Oh yeah, I mean my bank app. I mean, of course. So not bank. Yeah, bank app. I mean, it can be the website, uh, credit card website, and ESPN.
Yeah, no, I feel that. For me, I'm because I don't really count social media because I kind of feel at this point in everybody's life is social media is kind of like interwoven into our fabric.
Right.
Like
I know.
you can click on Instagram and don't even realize you own Instagram. I found myself being on Instagram, closing out of Instagram, and the next thing that I do is open Instagram back up, and it's almost like involuntary, bro. Like so, it's I know that it's definitely a part of our DNA at this point, which is so crazy. But outside of social media, definitely I'm on the ESPN app. I'm on my Robinhood app pretty often. I'm always looking at stock and trading. And the other app that I'm on, I might be on my Wells Fargo app because I'm trying to scroll through now. Yeah, it between social media is gonna be. I'll say Robinhood, ESPN, and I'm in my notes a lot too. Yeah, so not really websites, but yeah, I'm in my notes quite often because I'm always whenever I have like an idea or something that comes up, I just write it down nowadays. So even if it's something that I don't come back to, I have every intention of coming back to it at some point. So now I just write it down so I don't forget about it, and then I kind of move on.
That wasn't a question, my brother. You
What?
said website, man. You said notes. That
Okay, well,
I was so when I say I mean like Bank of America or Wells Fargo,
I got you.
it's like because they have websites too. I just go to the app because
Okay, well, if that's the case, every day I'm definitely on Robinhood because I can go to Robinhood.com if I need
yeah.
to. I'll tell you one website for sure. It's called Submit Hub. It's what I do my submissions from. Like people submit music.
Okay.
I'm on there like literally every day. So, uh, Submit Hub, ESPN, and Robinhood will probably be my three. Like every day.
Okay.
Yeah. Websites. If we're going to websites, yeah. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's actually a good question.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good question. I kind of make me think a little bit. I mean, it was fairly easy because something
Another
you always check.
something that I've been doing as of late. I've been doing it now for like probably for about a good month, but it's called the Morning Brew. So I get
Hmm.
email every morning with like different news and stock tips. Um, just kind of like how like a highlight reel of what happened in the world, basically in news, finance, um,
You
economy.
said you get an email.
Yeah, I get an email every
Okay.
every every morning. I'll send it to you too. It's pretty good, man. It just kind of keep you updated on what's going on. So like it might tell you, for example, it'll say something about the Brian Flores um, thing going on in the NFL. It'll tell you about CNN CEO just resigned. It'll tell
Hmm.
so
Yeah. All
it,
the major
yeah,
headlines.
like the major headline stuff, but it puts it in a way that's kind of fun and it's an easy read, like maybe like a 5 to 10 minute read every morning, and it kind of keeps me from not waking up and running to like Instagram,
Social media.
social media stuff,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I'll send you the link though, bro. It's like I said, some good information just to kind of start your day with. And some days I might forget to look at it, but I can always go back to the email and look and check it out. So, but yeah, I'll definitely I'll send it to you. And matter of fact, I'll put it in the show notes too for people if they're just interested, they want to do it. But it's not a paid advertisement or anything like that. Y'all can check it out if you want to. But that's it, man. For this week's Black Man Think podcast. We're gonna go over to Patreon though. And we're gonna talk a little bit more and see about how see if we can get Corey to start using this coupon book on
Nah, brother, not on the first one. We're gonna start talking about ladies. Get your man something for Valentine's Day.
Okay.
Treat him sometimes.
All right, that's what we're going with there, man. Y'all come on over to Patreon if y'all want to hear that conversation. We'll see y'all next week.
The Black Men Think Podcast.